Hi, Janie. How are you doing today?
Not too bad. I think I need to come back and see you, that's for sure.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
I'm glad you're here. As a case manager for community health and counseling, I just want to have to reiterate a few things. Confidentiality, and what that means is we will, whatever we talk about, will stay in the room. It stays between us unless you are going to harm yourself or somebody else, and then I have to do my do my duty and report it. Um, and like last time, as there are some risks with counseling, and the more we talk, and some things may come out, things may get worse before they get better.
Yeah, I understand that.
Okay.
Mm.
Um, and as the case manager, my job is to help guide you and assist you in coming up with a plan um, to help with whatever issue you would like to focus on today.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, sounds good.
All right. So how's it been going since last time?
Well, I think it's gotten worse. You said it could, I think it has. Um, my brother has a considerable amount of needs, and it seems like it's just increased with a couple of different incidences. He wasn't feeling well, his health, and had to take him to the doctors. And then we've had a crisis with his TV service going out and trying to reestablish that in his name and his own account, and it's been crazy. So it's caused more stress for me,
Okay.
and I'm feeling it.
Okay. Well,
So,
um, as far as your brother goes, I think we definitely need to work on maybe setting him up with a case manager, if that's something you're interested in.
definitely. I think that it has to be something that we have to do.
Okay.
Yeah. He has to have that, and so that I can make sure that I'm not the only person um, dealing with this. I've got to have backup. I know I need support.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know.
So what I'm hearing you saying is that you're finding yourself extremely stressed.
Very stressed.
Okay.
Very stressed, and that stress is doing a toll.
Okay.
Uh,
Tell me a little bit more about that. How is it affecting your relationships, your family life?
um, I feel like I'm the only one. I've got four other siblings, and first of all, I've only got one of them really helping me. She's my backup as far as she doesn't work, so she's tending on meals. And her and I have talk about this as stress, but I'm kind of upset with my other three that they're not picking up any slack. And
Okay.
I mean, I know that two of them are away, a little ways away. They're not out of state, but
Right.
and they say they want to help, but they're not helping. So I got some resentment there. And I have another one who is in the area who's not doing anything, so I definitely have resentment with him, and that bothers me. Um, I've had to take time away from work to deal with this.
Okay.
Uh,
How is that affecting your job?
you know, at this point, I don't know if it's totally affecting my job, but I'm afraid that it's going to affect my job. I've had to get a substitute in to teach my classes, so I have to rearrange what I'm doing, so the plans are different. So I can't let that happen too much, because then it really does affect other people. And when it affects other people, that affects me.
Okay.
Um,
That's
so
understandable.
so that's a piece of it that's not going too well. Um, you know, it's just taking so much time.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is
Mhm.
that you're stressed.
Mm-hmm.
You're you have very limited time. All
Mhm.
your time seems to be focused on your brother.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you mind if I take a couple of notes while
No,
we're
no,
talking? Thanks.
that's good. No,
The remembering thing.
no.
Okay. So, can you remember anything in your past that at any time that you have dealt with anything similar to this?
Well, I did deal with my mother and some of her medical issues, and I was the person who got her to a lot of appointments. And it was, in some ways, it was similar, because again, it took time. But the hardest thing is it's one thing dealing with my mother, but going to the doctors and dealing with my brother, it just doesn't feel right in the doctor's office. It feels, although I am the power of attorney for his medical attorney, so I feel like, I guess I kind of have to be the person that's there. So maybe, I don't know if I was just had somebody that I could talk to about that it would help me feel like this is okay. I just,
Okay.
no.
When you were taking your mom to the doctors, you feel like it sounds like you were a little better equipped, whether it be emotionally.
Yeah.
So that's great. It's great that you were able to do that.
Yeah.
Anytime we have to take care of our parents, puts us in a whole different
Definitely.
realm.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I seemed like I could, I don't know, it was easier for me to, the relationship I had with her was easier. I think it's difficult with my brother because a couple of things. He's hard of hearing, so that makes it really pretty difficult because he doesn't hear everything I say, and I have to
Okay.
repeat myself, and it, to be perfectly honest, that is so frustrating when you repeat yourself several times. The next thing is his cognitive understanding of things is not necessarily there, so he doesn't understand what I'm saying. So again, that makes it difficult.
Okay.
And you know, just being a caretaker, he's got the Parkinson's, so that in itself is, I think, as is progressing, so it makes it difficult.
Okay.
Um,
So what I'd like to say right now is kudos to you. It takes a lot of patience, and I can see your patience is.
Feel like I'm losing them. No.
But I can see that is one of your strengths. So let's keep that in the back of our minds for a minute, and let's kind of get this conversation back to you. Okay?
Okay.
Let's try to get you to a point where you're not feeling so stressed and out of time and frustrated, so that you'll maybe be able to handle things even a little better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What could I do? I need more time. How do I get more time?
Okay,
You
well,
know? Mhm. That's a good starting point, but that's a difficult one too.
okay, and we can definitely, that's something we can work on. Is there, well, you've already explained the family situation. Is there anybody outside of the family that you could count on?
I don't know. I haven't really explored that too much yet. Like you said, I need, getting a caseworker for him would help.
Okay.
Maybe finding a patient advocate or somebody like that would help. If I can convince him that that's what he needs,
Okay.
you know.
All right, well, you know what? I am just about out of time. So why don't we set up actually, before we set up an appointment, the things that we'll focus on next week time management, ways to decrease your frustrations, and let's see, and your stress. I think those are all very important things to take care of.
Mm.
Okay, and hopefully we'll get your brother set up with a case manager, so that will cut your time that you're having to expend there, cut it in half a little bit. So can we meet next Monday,
Next Monday, sounds good.
2:00?
2:00, yeah,
All right,
Yeah.
well, thanks.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you have a good week.
I will try to.
All right.